Your ex thought that you were never gonna leave. How could he make such mistake? He thought that because you never had any job, you ain't got no money, you were never gonna leave. Well, baby, you wrong, cause now I'm gone. I packed the one bag that I have and I'm on. I'm out the door. Like, life is way better. Life is way simpler. Life is way easier for me. Oh my God, I'm happy. Oh Jesus, I never knew what happy was in the last 5 years. No, I know. Ooh, child. Thank you. Oh, you gave me the confidence to leave. You gave me all that I needed, baby, to go. Ooh, child. Thank you.
Hello there. Welcome to the Prudent People podcast. I am your host, Chacdvale Hall, and on today's episode, we have a very special guest joining us. As you would have seen from the title, today's conversation will focus on finding your niche as a content creator. Now, there are millions of YouTubers, TikTokers, and Instagram influencers that have found their niche on the respective platforms and have rocked it and continue to do so and excel. Finding a niche as a content creator can feel overwhelming. With so many options out there and such varied interests to choose from, which niche is right for you? I mean, it might be hectic, but people have done it once you know what your interests are. Today, I'll be interviewing a country gal living in foreign, but on a serious note, a content creator with over 351,000 followers on TikTok, over 38,000 on Instagram, and over 13,000 on YouTube. What interests me about her, apart from the fact that she's family, I enjoy her content and I'm happy to see her winning in the space that she chose, or better yet, carved out for herself, and how well she's thriving at it. Known as Chacdvale, and I'm going to assume the D Vale represents the country she's from, since I also reign from that humble community myself. Welcome to the Prudent People podcast, Chakera.
Hello, thank you for having me, Julier. Rusty. I'm just gonna say, you know what? I've never pronounced your name Julier before. We always say Julie. But I'm gonna go way, way back where
Lord of mercy.
nobody really knows it. Only family.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Only family knows his name, Rusty. Because we share the same grand aunt and she gave you this name, Rusty.
Yes, and funny, I was in Starbucks the other day and a guy has on the name tag Rusty and I told him the entire story. But
Of course.
that's my name as well. But how have you been?
I am well. I can't complain at all. I am here. I am just, living the dream.
And of course, life is good. It shows.
Of course, darling. I can't complain, to be honest.
Okay, that's great. So welcome to my podcast. First, I'm going to ask you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
You know what? Thanks for having me, Julia. I am Shak, and I am from a tiny community in the parish of Trelawney that is called Duanvale. And as Julie was introducing me, she said she assumed that the D Vale is from where we originate. And that is true. So I am Chakera, short, Shak, and then I add D Vale just to remind me of where I am from. So I will never ever lose there. I am. When people ask me to describe myself, it's so funny. Like how you always describe yourself, but I'm gonna go elsewhere. I'm gonna go south. As I said before, I am Shak. I am the third of six. And, I always believe that children in the middle are always lost. for some reason. And it's a proven fact because here I am. And I think that I was lost. But again, that's just it. Shock.
Okay. So I mean, I've always known you to be a go-getter. I remember the days you're having your business in Montego Bay and all of that. But I think I was on social media and I saw you come up and I'm like, what? Who is this? And of course, the type of content that you have, right? So I want you to tell us a little about that. What is your unique space? What influenced you to focus on that area? And how has it been? What has been the reception from your audience?
You know what? To be honest, um, I remember. So let me say this. I knew nothing really about social media. Social media, it's there, Facebook, whatever it was, it's there. I would browse through and whatever.
Mhm.
However, I went through a period in my life where it wasn't pretty. And I've had these periods throughout my life ever since I was a child. And I remember 2022, January, somebody said something to me that was just horrible. Revolt. I revolt just when the person said it, and
Mhm.
I did not know where to put my anger. I did not know like where to go with this information or the person behaved with me. And I remember in February, like it was still bothering me. And I took up my phone and I made a video. And my first video um, I made, it was about people and work and how you're not supposed to look down on people based on the job that they hold, right?
Mhm.
And I think I made reference to say my sister is a teacher, trained teacher, but yet still she work at UPS. My brother is a psychologist and work at McDonald's. So I kind of was putting everything together, tying it and but I was using anger. I use anger to record the video.
Mhm.
And when I did that, the reception from people, I was like, what? Really? This makes sense? You know what I mean? I question it. But from that original video, I moved away from that. I didn't stay in that area, right? One,
Mhm.
I didn't know social media much. Like I said, I didn't know how to move from that one video. I felt good when I had that one video. Even though I didn't understand much, I felt good when I had that one video and the views that it got. And I said, may I go take up this. May I go somewhere with this, and I need to know where to go with this. And there are other days I put out a video, and next one I'm say, hold on, this is not a fluke. This is actually something. It's not a fluke at all. It's not a fluke at all. This are the I'm gonna say, all right then. So here and there I tap into different things. So I I think my niche was birthed from pain.
Mhm.
And because it birthed from pain with humor, as when I was a child, I always used humor to cover pain. You know what I mean? To mask that. And as an adult, it works for me just the same. And in this, finding my niche, it works. It works. I don't stay in one position. I keep moving. So sometimes I'll talk about this situation, that situation, whatever, and it works. And
Okay. I mean that's good. That you were able to find. I mean, you do different levels of content or different types of content, but at the same time, I think there's a specific area that kind of is more
resonate.
dominant
Exactly. Yeah.
on the
Resonate.
media, right? So,
Right.
and to be fair, I actually got one of your videos. I was sent a video.
I wonder which one
Uh,
that.
can I tell you? I won't say, but it's one of those videos. And I was like, oh, that's my cousin. And they were like, I don't care who she is. Did you hear what she said?
Oh, Jesus.
So tell us about, I mean, you're not a counselor, you don't come off as a counselor, but at the same time, you provide some insight on relationships. And of course, just tell us about that and what kind of spurred that. Is it from your experiences, or it's just general, things, your friends, your family, things that you see, in everyday life?
Yes, things that I see in everyday life, things that came from my life, and also I sit around others and I observe. And honestly, sometimes I go out and I'm just there looking at people. And when they look on them, just things, and then I absorb. And then from right there I'll just create something. But most of it though came from my life. Most of it came from my life. Um, I'm not giving you like an in-depth storytelling, but I pick little stuff from it and then I add stuff to it, to create that flower. So when you smell it, you get me understand. It makes sense. The aroma had hit me, you know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
familiar. It's a familiar scent.
It is a familiar scent. Like somebody can say, so that's true, or maybe I didn't look at it that way. But
Hmm.
yes. You know what I mean? And I'm happy when people can identify, when people acknowledge and be honest and said, you know what, that is so true.
Yeah.
I can relate.
And
You know
that's
what
the
I mean,
thing,
Julie?
your
Yeah,
content is relatable,
very
whether
much
you're
so.
young, old, or, it's relatable,
Indeed.
It's either
Um,
you've experienced it, or you're going through it, or you're prepared
Listen, and
for
I'm
it.
sure everybody on this planet has gone through something.
Something
One
that
where
is true.
everybody gone through it. I was married, I went through it. You know what I mean? I was married young and I went through it. So sometimes when I see things, I'm like, I know exactly what
I
that
know
is.
this.
But I'm no counselor, but honey, I know. hmm Okay, I see it, girl.
Okay.
Again, it can
Um,
happen to me.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I recall one of your videos, and this one was funny as hell. You went to the hospital to visit someone.
Girl, don't even talk. Yes, that one.
Yeah, that one. I think I saw people in the comments asking me one part two, what happened?
Yes. You know that
They
story.
had to do a follow up.
You know that story, Julie. It was so
Yeah.
painful because again, it kind of mirrors my life. You understand? So when you sit and you watch something that's unfolding in front of you like that with other people's lives, you know, all intertwined and people don't know what's going on, where things is and how things is going and you're there and you're witnessing this, what do you do?
And that's
Do you
it.
be the friend that say something or you be the friend that not say anything? Do you be
Mm,
the friend to have your friend look stupid? Or you be the friend that said, you know what, girl, it may hurt, but you have to know. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And then when things start to unravel, then you see how far and how wide this thing is. And then all the time you're living there and you say, really? All this that I go on and me never know?
Which is most times the case, you don't know. Or, I mean, there may be signs, but you choose to ignore it
That
until
too. That too.
it all blows up, or something happens like that situation.
Exactly. Exactly. True.
Yeah. But I do know though that on TikTok you have your largest following.
Right.
um you know I mean, there might be or they might not be. But do you think there's, any merit to say maybe the type of audience or the persons that are on TikTok, they fare well with the type of content as opposed to an Instagram? I know Facebook, they say Facebook is so done and it's old people that are on Facebook. I am on Facebook. I still use Facebook, but the different platforms and the types of audience, or the difference in audience, if that has any influence at all on the numbers for you.
I think yes. Tik TikTok is accessible. TikTok is just so as you it's there. It's present. You don't have to do no much of a nothing. And again, it's just getting that algorithm. And if you get that algorithm, how it propels you, right? Do you actually, we don't know. Like I said, when I started, it was just on a whim. Like I did that thing, right? And it just went wherever I went. And um I believe words on TikTok, the algorithm pick up certain words. So
Mhm.
if you keep that same, if you keep the voice at that, I'm assuming if you keep the voice at a certain level as you started out and you continue in that pace, then the algorithm pick it up and the algorithm, put it where then it's easier for people, I think, to just hit the like button there. So then again, you get more followers. As for Instagram, I don't know, it's different. It's much harder for you to reach people, or how their algorithm work for you to, to reach people. It's
Mhm.
much easier on TikTok, and that's why I believe the success is there, because
Mhm.
it's much easier there, right? But girlfriend, I don't know. I'm just here trying to figure it out myself.
I think also with TikTok, I mean, people go to TikTok for a laugh. People go to TikTok just to unwind.
Of course.
And the reality of it is, even though your content is, educational, it comes with, as you say,
Humor.
a little humor. So, persons will sit and watch. Listen, you go on TikTok, you will waste your
Your
time.
entire day. Your
You
entire
will
day.
waste your time just looking at videos, laughing like,
And you all up here and
you
say,
have
hold
no
on.
care in the world.
You all up here and say, hold on, at 3 o'clock already. Oh my God. I gotta get this done. All right, put down that. And 5 minutes in, you go back again and take up, you know what I mean? Take up the phone, they look fun. Because there's always something. It's just there.
Right.
It's in your face.
Yeah, that's true. So a lot of persons are entering this phase, right? I myself. Previously I did blogging. I had a blog. And recently I've revamped my website, and to add, this whole podcast feature. What is one adjective you would think a content creator must exhibit? If you could think about one adjective,
Personality.
okay, and why?
Personality.
Why personality?
Because you know what? You want when you express yourself, people on the other hand can say yes.
Mhm.
No man that girl a go on, man. No sir, me like how she attitude, just attitude up. Me like how she this and me like how you have to have personality. You can't be stuck up, you can't be just like stoic. No, you have to have something about you.
Yeah, that people will like, or
What people will say, even the person who is all they will watch it and say, oh my God, look at this. Then my eye, then I watch it and take you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, you
because
know,
that's
they're
the
not gonna
thing,
watch it brawling,
that's the
but they're gonna
thing.
watch it in a
Your
secret.
your audience, it's not just your supporters.
No, it's
People
far.
who, whether they don't like you, they don't like what you are presenting, but they will watch.
Of course. Them gonna go watch. I mean, I gonna
So
make sure to them watch. Because again, my personality, whatever me I bring forth to you, may I bring it to you. I'm giving it to you. So yes,
okay,
you go eat it up.
yeah, I like that. Um, what advice would you give to someone who is interested in becoming a content creator, but whether they're afraid they don't have the personality for it, or they're procrastinating for several reasons, doubting themselves, they just haven't started the journey, or they have recently started the journey. What advice would you give to them?
Be yourself. Be authentic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And believe in what you're saying. And if you believe in what you're saying, believe me, it will come off. Would you believe? When I was growing up, people used to say, "No man, that mad girl, yeah. No, she funny. She always at this and she always at that." You know what I mean? Those it hampered on my confidence, right? So much that I wouldn't attempt to do certain things. And even though I know I have something about me, I know I'm different. I always know that, you know, there is something about me. However, because people always talk bad about me, people never see me as one of them. I was always like the outsider. I am always the child that my hair was never properly combed. My clothes was never cleaned. You know what I mean? I myself was never presentable as a child to
Mhm.
many. So with people always say certain thing about me that it weighed on me, and I grew up with that. Again, I went and the phone, the phone was what did it for me. The phone was what did it for me, where I pick up a phone and I just started. And when I did it, I was ashamed because I was thinking what people were gonna say about, you know, me just doing this and talking this way and whatever, whatever. And funny, I would never even tell anybody that I was doing that. And if somebody approached me, I was like, no, you sure? Even though I was there. Again, be yourself and allow yourself to do what you want to do. Find who you are and stick with that. You know what I mean? If you believe, say you is a yamid and you want to go out there as a yamid, go on out there as a yamid. Present yourself as the best yamid. No, honestly, if you believe that you are of a certain caliber, certain character, and you
Mhm.
want to present yourself as that, go on out there and do it. Do it. Be the best version of that. Be the best of that. Don't make nobody tell us, say, oh, this and that and that and that. Sometimes people jealous. So if you're just starting out, go on until you find that. And if you feel like it's not happening right now, don't give up. Because a lot of times we do one thing and it feels out, it not happen, we just give up and keep pushing and pushing. My friend Fancy, she been doing social media for years and years and years. And many a time she's so discouraged,
Mhm.
but she never gave up. Never ever ever gave up. I know she's reaping. I came in and it took me one video, one video, my first post, and while others had to do like 200 in order for them to get, you know, that video to go viral.
But I think, funny, I think that's life in general. Um, you know, People progress at different rates. You leave university, a group of you guys might get jobs, some may not be able to get a job for whatever reasons. This person progress, it doesn't mean that you're not worthy or you're not successful. It's just that it's not
It's just
your
like
time or it's not happening for you right now,
right
but it
now.
doesn't mean that you need to give up.
Right.
So I think, yes, social media, it happens. You have people who one video makes them go viral, whether just that millions of views, and then you have others who have been doing videos, or
For
putting out
ages,
content years upon years, and
nothing.
it's
There's
not getting that feedback. But as you said, being consistent, owning your craft, knowing that there is value in what it is that you're putting out, and
exactly.
eventually you'll see the
It will
rewards
pay
and the
off.
benefits.
Of course, it will pay off because I mean, um, a lot of artists. I can't remember what interview I was watching this artist. I can't remember what artist it was. And he was saying, I've been doing this for 20 years before I had one hit. One hit. Never gave up. And
Mhm.
all those songs that he was doing in the past, the one song that exposed him to the world, he brought those old songs and bring them to the forefront and reap from them.
Mhm.
Imagine had he stopped when he think that nothing was going on, right? He wouldn't have no music.
Mhm.
Because he didn't have to do music. He said he never had to do music for like a full year. Like new songs or put out because he had the materials. Just go in our archive and carry them out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
And I mean, that's true because, sometimes, that video or that song that's a hit, when people hear it and they like it, they now have interest and will, look further on your profile, look further on your page and watch your other videos. And then they too, as the views increase, or the listening, increases, then, they as well get their own featured and their own spotlight.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Life is life. Some days you get the good part about it. Some days, it's the bad part about it. That's just how it is.
Life is life. Life is funny. It is unpredictable. But we have to live it, excel in it, and, be good, right?
Definitely.
All right. So is there anything else that you'd like to say? Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me? Hey,
I want to know. I
I'm
want
afraid
to know what. Listen, I want to know what video your partner sent you, because I know it wasn't your friend. It was your partner who sent you the video to say that. You see, look what she talked about. You not do this. You not do that.
I'll tell
You
you.
should be doing
I'll
this.
tell you off air. I'll WhatsApp you.
Oh my God! Because you know what? Funny enough, I'll see in my comments. I really don't have time to go through everything and to answer. Really, maybe if I answer 2, 3, that's it. But I
Right.
see where people would say, lady, you have mashed up my life because my man has sent this a video. Come give me. Look here, lady. Look how you make the man and this, or you make the man, or men will say, look how you make the woman and this, or the woman and that. And then you have woman will say, miss, why you keep on a chat out the secret? We alone not miss. You can't keep something. You're coming like old fridge.
I know, right? Why are you telling my business? Like you're giving away all our secrets.
I know. Listen. Somebody have to tell them.
Yeah.
And because I realize nobody now tell them, so I decide to, I will do the telling. I will be the teller.
All right, you'll tell the stories.
I definitely will. Listen, I have fun doing it. I have fun. I have pain in my life, right? And like I said, I use humor to like just to mask.
Mm-hmm.
And Julie, honestly, I will just sit down right here, going through what I'm going through, and from that I create videos. Would you believe that it with me creating these videos, content, it's therapeutic for me. It helps me because sometimes I look at it, I listen to it, and I'm like, I can hear the pain in my voice. You cannot hear it. But I also get joy from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So with me saying that, I'm speaking about what I'm going through, and I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself, and it helps me. It helps me. It helps me so much. So
Yeah,
I believe that this, however it started, it is good. It is good for me. You know what I mean? I started it with me wanting to hear the pain that I was going through. And it happened that it worked.
I mean, I like how you said that it is therapeutic for you. But I think as well, there's so many people out there that are going through stuff. And even though you listen to it and you might laugh and it's a joke or whatever, what you're going through, when you can relate, it also offers that as well. To know that you're not the only person in the world that's experienced this. Oh, not to say that this is common and acceptable, but I am not alone in this.
Definitely. You're not alone in this situation. And I want I want women out there to understand that no matter what you go through, you can rise. You can rise from whatever the situation is. I always use a phrase. I remember one of my cousins when she turned 18, she wanted to do something and her mother wouldn't allow her. And she said her words were, "It will be long, but not forever." And every time I talk to somebody, that's what I always say to them. I said, "It will be long, but not forever." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what you're going through, my God, it painful. It, it hurt to the core,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't be forever. As long as in your head you have a goal and you say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it, it will happen for you.
I like that.
Everyone, every,
I think I'm
every
gonna add that to
yeah,
my collage of quotes and stuff and affirmations and all
yes,
of that.
it will be long, but not forever.
Yeah.
Any situation you're in, Julie, it will be long, but not forever. And you come out, and I always use this. And I told somebody the other day, for me, during my pain is when I see my true worth, my true value, my pain. Because in that moment, I am able to, when adversity hit me, is when I know how good I am at doing things. You know, when when life like box mover here, some box mover there, so let me stand resolute. You understand? This is where a lot of my content come from.
Mhm.
From pain. From pain is where it arises. And that's when I tell you I find my true strength. I know who I am, where I stand, and how to navigate. If life good and happen for me, Julie, me not have no time to pay no attention to nothing. Me just a galang and I keep on a hand and a hand and a hand and go
That's what
on
I
and
was
bring
gonna
out the
say.
money, you know? And do
When
all
all is well, all is good. I mean, you are in a world of
a
excitement and
euphoric.
joy that you see
Of
nothing
course.
else.
Of course. But every time I book my tour,
You have to
that's the
stop.
time. That's the time I see my true strength.
Hmm.
And I prevail. And every time I prevail, I turn back and I look and I say, damn, I say it did hard, I say it did bad, I say it did look. Because when you're in it, you can't see what is happening, You know something happening, but you don't know exactly what. You
You
know what I
can't
mean?
put your finger on
You
it.
cannot put your finger on it until
Hmm.
when you come out of it, then you turn around and you look at it and say, ooh, damn. Mm-hmm. It was hard. It was bad.
Hmm.
But here I am now. Now. This is it. So yeah, never give
I
up.
love
Don't
it.
ever think that you are the only person going through. Every woman have a man be dog to them. Treat them a certain way, no matter how much you give, no matter how much you lay out, no matter how you put
Hmm.
yourself on the back burner and put them forth. You know, they still dog you if they need to. And women do that to men as well.
Hmm. It goes both ways.
It goes both ways, but we oftentimes hear about the act of the man.
The man a dog, the man a
The man I
this.
this, the man I that. I think I'm more sympathetic to men these days. I don't know, maybe because I have a son, because you know what I mean. I'm looking at it as from a different lens. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is hard. It is hard out here for us as women, and to navigate life and at the same time be a woman that you're
True.
expected to do so much and still be a certain way. And listen, no, be who you want and do whatever you want. I was at one point I was carrying myself like
Prim and proper.
my darling, it don't work. So if I want to be vulgar, let me be vulgar. If
In
I want
everything, be yourself.
in everything, be yourself. you know know the time and place, of course, but I mean, be yourself. Simple. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell the people them, you know, where you are in terms of your hashtags on the different platforms where they can watch your content, how they can follow you.
So Chacdvale on all platforms. So TikTok is Shack, which is Chacdvale. Instagram, Chacdvale. YouTube, Chacdvale. And some people can never pronounce Chacdvale. They say Chacdvale, and I'm like, huh?
I
Huh?
can just
You know,
imagine. But the minute I saw it, I knew.
exactly.
Because
Yeah.
D-Veil, I mean, you know, people refer to it as well as a short D-Veil. So I was like,
D-Vale.
yeah, shot
That's my
D-Veil.
home. That's where it all begins, you know?
Yeah,
That's it for me. I have, good memories and bad memories and everything I have there. But at the same time, that's
it
that's me,
makes you who you
who
are
I am.
today.
Exactly. Best of it.
Well, I know it's Sunday afternoon, so I'm not gonna take up too much of your time, but I'm so thankful that you were able to jump on and have this session with me. There's a lot of value in what you have said, and of course there is value in watching your content. As you said, it's relatable. Even though it may consist of pain, it is done in humor, and of course, people can just relate, relax, and
Man, your face are
see
red.
the good out of what you're saying.
Of course. Definitely, of course. There's a message there.
There's a
Through the
message
mess,
there.
eh, through the mess, there is a message there. You know what I mean? The mess has a message.
You can't have a message without mess.
There you go. So it's there. You just take your time and you listen and have fun and make your own assumption, whatever that is. Some people, honestly, some things are just I just there's no connection to me or anybody else. I just something will just pop in my head and I make a video. Like I just talk about one where I said, "Oh, I cheated on my husband with somebody who wasn't at all." And there are people over there, the people are knock me left, right, and center. You know what I mean? And there are people who get it. And they said if you ever watch acting, this is just,
Yeah, because they're gonna come out at you thinking that you actually did it, and that would be for persons who maybe seen your content for the first time. But as you said, if they are,
if
always
they're a
looking at
supporter
the
of
things,
Shaq,
they
they
would
know
know. Right.
exactly.
But I have a
Especially.
question. I just
Yeah.
remembered something. What's up with the vegetables?
Oh God, Sam, the vegetarian. So again, I was eating. One day I was having my lunch, which oftentimes I made my videos while I'm having my lunch.
Uh-huh.
So may I eat my sweet pepper? Not conscious. I wasn't conscious of the sweet pepper that I had while I do it. And then I posted, I'm like, shit, oh shoot. The sweet pepper, I'm like, anyhow, whatever. I did it already, I'm gonna do it over. And I posted it. And people just latch on to it. I'm like, huh? Because I do have my veggies before I eat my lunch. So I'm
But
gonna have
and that's the
cucumbers, I'm
thing.
gonna
Just
have carrots,
eating
sweet pepper.
a big sweet pepper.
Yes. What's the difference? People say, "Oh my God, I can't eat it like that." I'm like, "But you cut it up and
No,
eat it, though, right? It's the same thing,
I can't. I cannot have it like that at all.
right? You cut it up in your you
It's
cut it up in your
seasoning.
salad, right?
It's
No.
seasoning, but you cut it up small in the salad.
Okay,
Not
so red sweet pepper, orange sweet pepper, yellow sweet pepper. Those things must not be on high heat. They must just eat as. You know what I mean? The green one, of course, but and cucumbers. I love cucumbers, so may I go eat it. Cucumber, may I go eat it. So that's just how it is. And vegetable good for you. So everybody,
yeah.
we win in every
So
in
we've
every
been
case.
told.
Yes, you're right. That's true. That's what we've from that we need them to eat your vegetables, carrot will help you to see.
No, it's
And this
just like
will help you for that.
for me, I don't eat tomatoes, and I've been, telling everyone ever since I was a child. My grandmother, when she give us the dinner, I have to be passing tomatoes under the table to my brother because I cannot get up from the dinner table without eating it. And I just can't have it. And I'm a grown ass woman now, and I
I
still
you still can't.
cannot
Oh my
eat
God.
it.
Oh my
And I'm
God.
not allergic or anything. I just don't like the
You just
taste of
can't
it.
tolerate it. You can't swallow it. Yeah. Some people just can't swallow certain things. Like I just can't eat a pickle. I don't know how people eat pickle, but that's not my thing. You understand?
Mhm.
But again, each his own.
Yeah,
May I
that
eat
is
for
so
me I
true.
eat, and people like it. People say, "Oh my God, no man, the sweet pepper. Oh my God, the cucumber." Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. When I first saw it, I was like, what is that? Because I think it was a red one. I was like, that's not an apple. But
Oh my
yeah,
God. I had a pleasure with you though, Julie. A pleasure.
thank you so
I will do
much.
it. We'll do it again. Call me anytime.
Certainly, certainly we will.
All right, then, darling. You
So
have a
thank
good
you
one.
so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, darling. Bye.
Alrighty, bye. And that was this week's episode about finding your niche as a content creator. Thanks to Chacdvale for hopping into the studio, the Prudent People podcast, or what we refer to as the Prudent Corner. I really do hope that this session was of value to you, especially persons who are new to content creating or persons who have an interest in, becoming a content creator. So, of course, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, Prudent People Podcast. And I am on all socials, TikTok, um, Instagram, Twitter, as at Prudent Conversations. You can follow as well. This podcast is also available on several platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and pretty much anywhere you listen to your podcast. So thank you so much for joining this week, and be on the lookout to see who's going to be in the Prudent Corner next Sunday. Have a good evening.